Okay, guys, so for our fifth interview of the day today, we're here with Karthick, Daniel, and Fowzan, who are all interns at Greenriders, which is an organization that has this really ambitious twofold mission of creating 50,000 delivery jobs in the next 5 years and converting the delivery industry to green, sustainable energy. So as of, I think, the end of last year, the organization had created 2,000 jobs already and had completed almost 1 million deliveries. So thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about your role at Greenriders? Just like whoever jump in and wherever.
All right, I guess I can start. So I really like
Okay,
join...
so before I cut you, before you start on that, is Greenriders those electric bikes that are green? I always see them on the road. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Finally, we get someone who will tell us more about them. Because I have a lot of questions about them because I always see, which are so cool. Because I also see women riding them. So nice. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to jump ahead.
I haven't been here long enough to really see oh, these are on the streets and stuff like that.
If you're a Cape Townian, they're so visible. Like some of them, they live in our communities. So it's nice to get somebody an inside, of what's happening there.
Great. Okay. Let's do it.
All right. So again, what was the question again? Can you repeat?
Yeah, just tell us a little bit more about Greenriders and what you do there.
Okay. So for me personally, I joined that 2 weeks ago. So what made me join the organization is the mission and the value that the whole organization has. So the whole aim of the organization is to first lift the underprivileged youth, and at the same time they want to be sustainable, given that how these days the world is turning towards online deliveries and everything. So there's a lot of carbon emission from all the vehicles that you use for that. So first, why Greenriders is better is firstly they are using e-bikes, which is again cleaner fuel, green fuel. So that's there. And apart from that, what resonates with me the most about the organization is to lift the underprivileged youth, and that's something that I have also personally worked on in past 4 years. So given that I have only been here for 2 weeks, but I researched about Cape Town before coming here. I got to know how much unemployment is a big thing here, and how there are people who are talented, but they don't get a way to showcase their talent. So Greenriders is a way for them to join. So they join the Greenriders, they uplift themselves, they become the delivery partners, so they can earn money for themselves, and then from there on they can do better in their life.
That sounds super, super cool. I mean, do you have anything to say? I'm looking at you, Daniel, just because I know you, but it's...
Yeah, Fowzan said everything. Greenriders it's a boom. What is coming in the future, you're not yet ready to see it. He just explained the good part of it. And what I do, especially in Greenriders, is carrying out research on the future bikes, what is coming on. Because you can see, as every Cape Townian, you can see what is going on in the streets. You can see how cool those bikes are moving and how they carry out deliveries. But trust me, you've not yet seen everything. What is coming on are other kind of bikes. And we do carry out research to make sure that what is coming on is going to change the game, everything.
Wow.
Okay, so quickly, where are you guys from?
All right, so
personally,
so
not the organization.
Yeah, of course. So I'm from a region called Kashmir. It's up north of India. So yeah, that's me. What about you?
My name is Karthick, by the way, and I'm from the United States, and from Florida. Yeah, it's lovely to be here.
Great. My name is Daniel. I'm from Cameroon.
Nice. Camille?
So, Greenriders focus on training underprivileged youth to become professionally delivery riders. From your perspective, what's one of the most important things that these young people learn during their training?
So Greenriders is a skills training program, and we have dedicated individuals and members of our director board who focus on training our employees. So some skills that they learn is for one, how to ride an e-bike safely. There's lots of road traffic safety rules and traffic signals that these drivers have to learn, and some drivers have never even rode a bike before, and our training program helps these riders empower themselves and learn hard skills in riding the bike, handling deliveries, even learning how to use a smartphone, learning how to navigate the app, and also soft skills like talking to customers, managing their money, managing their hours. So it's a very holistic experience that Greenriders likes to focus on.
And you are all interns, right?
Yep.
Can someone explain, like, what does your job include?
So we're all engineers. We're all pretty talented at that. So we are really here to support the team, to help them be more cost effective, handle resources better, and like Daniel was saying, conduct research for the future.
Yeah, that sounds super interesting. So, like, can you see your, like, work, like, impacting the company or the people in it?
Yeah, like me personally. So I am interested in like the using of technology for like good. Like, so what I'm currently working on is, like, as Karthik said, like before joining, like becoming a delivery rider for Greenriders, you go through a whole training process and everything. So it's a 3-month long journey where you, for the first month, you go through like theory part of it, like how to ride a bike, what are the traffic rules and everything. And for the next 2 months, you do hands-on experience with the bike. You learn how to ride it. You just go through traffic cones and everything. So what currently I am working on is I am building a learner app for the riders. So what will that do is, like, you know, like it gets really hectic for sometimes, like you have to show up for the first month, like every day from 9 to, let's say, 2, go through the theory. It really gets boring sometimes and monotonous. So to make that learning fun and engaging, so we are developing this learner app where the riders will have an app in their application in their mobile phone. They can interact with it. They can learn at their own pace. And like it will be really interactive. It will have like fun quizzes. Like we'll sort of like gamify the app, so they will learn at the same time. Like they will have fun with it. So that's personally that I'm working on.
Wow, that sounds like so cool. Actually, like I'm not doing anything like half as interesting as that. That sounds awesome. And you guys are doing sort of similar projects, or are you working on your own things?
Yeah, we do kind of similar projects, but we also have other orientations. You know, they already do amazing work at Greenriders, to be honest, but sometimes they need fresh perspectives from sometimes different countries, because, you know, different perspectives bring a change, innovation in a different way. So they might have been seeing the same thing in the same way, but once we come and we see in another way, it brings something different, and it's definitely amazing.
Wow. And like, have you seen like any like real impact? So like, I'm talking about like at a personal level. Like, have you seen like? Can you tell me some stories about how you've like seen like your like sort of customers and employees just like making their lives better through Greenriders?
I think Karthik has an experience with that.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things to do is walk around the warehouse and, I don't know, offer help to anyone who is just sitting around and working on bicycles. And you were mentioning, like, what do I do? So I like hands-on learning. And so I really like working on the hardware and building bikes with technicians. So we have a very large team of technicians that are all locally employed. And they've gotten the opportunity to learn how to fix the bikes themselves.
Okay, so all of you are engineers, right?
Yes.
The future, you seem excited about the future. I know that with conspiracy saying future, there will be drones, people won't be the ones that are using this. Do you see that future, or no?
So
it's not that
really
complicated?
interesting. In some countries, I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it is a sub-Saharan African country. They are using drone deliveries to deliver pints or like fresh blood to people in need. Mm-hmm. And it's very ingenious how it works. And I think that as long as we use a human-oriented design and focus on just humanistic technology, then the future is very exciting. It's very, very promising. I don't think there's need for worry, because we have at the heart of everything that's being engineered, it's people like us who are developing it.
And what do you think that some of the biggest challenges are for Greenriders in the future?
So again, I have only here been for 2 weeks, but from what I figured out is, firstly, of course, it takes a lot of capital to run a company like Greenriders, given that you have to accommodate a lot of riders, get in new bikes every now and then. But apart from that, also like the safety is a big concern. So those are like navigating around those challenges is, for now, I guess, one of the biggest challenges that Greenriders is facing.
And Karthick, I want to know, like, we know each other for a bit, and yesterday you told me about like a success story of someone who was unemployed and you get him a house and stuff. Can you tell me more about that?
Sure. So I had the opportunity to talk to a Greenrider named Lucolo. He's been delivering through Greenriders for the past 3 years. And something that he mentioned was that there's a certain stigma against delivery drivers in that, or even Uber drivers in that regard. It's that it's a job for foreign people. But Lucolo explained to us that Greenriders really empowered him. He went from unemployment, looking for jobs, sitting on his couch, to making his own business, using the capital that he earned from deliveries to invest in a camera and pursue his dreams. And I thought that was really powerful.
Nice. Okay, so now, how do people get selected, or by Greenriders? Because I know that it has really empowered a lot of young people. I see it even in my neighborhood that there's mostly young people. So how is the process working there?
Okay, so we do have an academy, but to get into the academy, you have to have some preliminary credentials. Like, you come and I don't have the whole list of all that is needed, but you should be at least in 10th grade. You should master English. In fact, there are so many things. You should know how to use a smartphone. So there's so many things. But trust me, it's really interesting, but it's not difficult to get used to.
Okay, last part on my side. How's South Africa? Because I know that I was asking Prosper, it's like, yo, man, I'm from Zim, but I've been living here since dinosaur days. Have you guys been staying here in South Africa, or you actually from your home country?
No, I guess all of us are from our home countries.
Okay. How's South Africa treating you? Is it your first time coming to South Africa, to Cape Town? How's the vibe? How are the people?
Yeah, man.
Tell the truth. Don't lie on radio.
It's my first time in South Africa, and it's a dream come true. I've wanted to come here for a very long time now, and I had the chance to do it through an exchange program. And every day I wake up, and I'm blessed and happy to be here.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't have said that a lot. I mean, like, I'm a pretty American, and I could not have said that better. So it's like
always South Africa. It was nice to breathe Africa. So really how has it been like for you?
Honestly, I come from an African country, and I was expecting something quite similar, but it was a change. It was something amazing, from the culture to the modern way of doing things. Like, I was so mesmerized by the fact that there was a perfect balance between the traditional cultural balance. There was a cultural weight and the modern weight. They were living together, and it was so amazing. I fell in love with the city. I fell in love with everything, every single thing in Cape Town.
Can you feel something?
So what personally I like about South Africa, and especially Cape Town, we call it a rainbow nation because you have a lot of communities who live in here. So I last week I bumped into some people who invited me over for yesterday it was Eid, so they invited me over for the Eid lunch, which was really welcoming. So I just found out how people are always welcoming to outsiders. It felt like home away from home. So that's Cape Town for me.
Yeah, that's been sort of my experience too, right? It's like everyone's here is so damn nice.
Yes.
They just want to like say hi and like talk to you and get to know you, and that's something that like, especially in New York. And I mean, you could talk about Florida as well. No one's super chummy, right? So, yeah,
No, I mean, we have Southern hospitality,
that's true.
but it's not like Cape Town where you can just strike a conversation by smiling at someone.
Yep.
It's
Totally
different.
agreed.
Yeah. So, what sort of drew all of you guys here? It's like to Cape Town or to Greenriders, and yeah.
As I said, I have previously worked on the projects where I would sort of do something for the underprivileged youth in my community. So that's the reason that sort of forced me and got me into like joining Greenriders, because they have the similar vision. So previously, like what the projects that I have worked on is sort of building an educational app for youth so that they have all the educational resources for opportunities or things they are interested in. So that's the project that I was working on. And now here at Greenriders, again, I'm working for the underprivileged youth. It's something that I feel I'm obliged to do as a human, to feel for the other. So that's one of the ways to make the world a better place. So yeah, so Greenriders' mission to lift underprivileged youth at the same time, like giving them resources and opportunity to make their life better. So that's sort of what forced me to join Greenriders.
So just like Fowzan, personally, I had a dream to, like, I wanted to become a mechanical engineer because I want to open a company that produces electric vehicles. But all the time I was dreaming about it, it was basically for money and to become a rich person. But when I saw Greenriders, I saw their purpose. It was more for empowering the underprivileged youths. I felt a blow into me. Like, they're doing the same thing I want to do, but for a purpose larger than just myself, my egocentric self. And I told myself, let me go and give it a try. I want to see this perspective that really changes the lives of others and not just my life.
So if you just tuned in now, you're listening to Bush Radio 89.5 to the Morning Cruise, hosted by Kemi and Ryan. We are talking to interns at Greenriders, an organization with an ambitious twofold mission of creating 50,000 delivery jobs in the next 5 years. So guys, what are like the socials? Where can people check out Greenriders?
So you have a website, greenriders.com, and you have your Instagram, you have your LinkedIn. You can just follow them there and check out the amazing work they're doing.
And lastly, I want to know, like, you're young, upcoming guys, like, what advice would you give young people who are listening who also want to start making a career?
So for me personally, just, like, I know it sounds a pretty cliche thing to say, like, never give up. But at the same time, just get something done. Like every other day, like even if you put in a small amount of work, just be consistent with what you're doing. Just love what you're doing, and surely you'll find your way.
I would say from the success story of Karthick, that Karthick recounted, if you're listening to me right now and maybe you live in a township, maybe you're an underprivileged person, you feel like the world is turning against you, you feel like you can do nothing. Trust me, there is someone that is there, and there's someone that's giving you a helping hand is Greenriders. Just show up, be yourself, tell them what you can do, and trust me, something is going to come out of you.
So career-wise, I would say just wake up every day with a plan, man. Just live every day to your fullest, and just make sure that you do you do something in your day that contributes to your goal, and each day you'll kind of work towards that.
Amazing. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Kemi. Thank you, Ryan.